Ireland has a lake monster. Yep, we have our own equivalent of the Loch Ness monster here in Ireland, and ours is called Mucky because it is in Muckross Lake down in Killarney. Now, Ireland has a long history in our storytelling, our folklore, and our mythology about lake monsters and all sorts of weird creatures and beasties. An awful lot of our kind of water dwelling serpents are called paist, which are ancient creatures which can speak and communicate with people, and they guard great treasures and knowledge. And it sounds like Mucky is one such creature. However, Mucky was only discovered in the year 2000. It was when a vessel was carrying out a survey on the lake, and it's a big lake and it's a very deep lake, which is always important. Yeah, but in 2000, they were carrying out a survey of carp, the fish in the lake, when they spotted something very large and solid moving deep below the surface. And the guys checked their equipment, they checked everything. The stories since then have said that the size ranged from 8 meters to 28 meters, which would be wild. But it got a bit of traction, it got a bit of attention. And 3 years later, in 2003, a Japanese film crew came to Ireland in search of Mucky. They searched the lake, they watched, they observed, they sent in divers, and no evidence was found. Now, of course, it's always a case that with such a large and deep and complicated lake that it wouldn't be hard for something to avoid detection. But whether there was evidence or not, the stories began to spread. And now 20 odd years later, it has become a stable, a place for cryptozoologists, for monster hunters to want to visit. They will go there and they will go and try find it, but it's a box ticking exercise at the very least. And I say this as someone who has been to Loch Ness, who's been to Muckross, and I hope one day to visit other parts of the world with the hopes of maybe seeing one of these wild creatures, but whether they exist or not is almost not important. It's the adventure and it's the stories that are important, the passion to keep these great tales alive.